Welcome to another mindful moment with Mindful Flow. Today is Purim, and it's a very, very special time, a very holy time, and it's a time for blessing. It's a time to ask God for what you need, and as we know, there are times where we may think we need something, but God knows exactly what we need. And today I want to prepare us for being able to receive what God wants to give us and has ready for us. And many times, though God wants to give us things, He doesn't give it to us, not because He doesn't want to, but because we're not yet ready to receive it. We don't have the tools. Maybe it's just not the right time. As we say, timing is everything. And when we do get something from God, we should have that insight to see that maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe we were just not ready yet. So today I want to give us that opportunity to open ourselves up, to be able to receive what God wants to give us. So now let's sit in a comfortable seated position. Either you can close your eyes or you can lower your gaze. And you can keep your palms faced up because we want to be able to receive and give God the tools. Give Him that opportunity to bless us with whatever that we need. Now you can start by taking some slow, deep breaths. And think about how your life is right now. Think about everything that's amazing in your life. And you can also think about things that you may need. Maybe things you've been praying for that have not yet been answered. But God willing, they will be if it's what God believes is what you need. And now, let's think about how can we connect the Purim story, which is from so many years ago. Yes, we read the Purim story, and we know that it does symbolize God's involvement. But how does that apply to our lives, each one of us, wherever we are in the world? I'd love to share a beautiful insight that I heard from somebody so special in my life, and help me open my eyes so that this Purim was not the same as any other Purim. And the insight I want to share is that the Purim story is our story. Just like they say you have to hear the whole Megillah, otherwise you haven't fulfilled your obligation. And we wonder, why is that? And it's because every single aspect, every single part of the story of Purim was one continuous story. Each aspect that we thought, how is this connected, was actually all put together and needed to happen in order for the Purim story to happen. It wasn't just one isolated incident. And the same thing in our lives. Sometimes it may take years for us to really understand God's plan. But if we are open and we see, we are open to just seeing what God has in store for us, and at the same time having full trust in Him even when things may not make sense, then God willing, we will merit, just like with the Purim story, to see how everything comes together, how God has our best interest in mind. Now, I want you to take your palms of all the goodness that God has in store for you and will give you at the right time if you trust Him and let Him and open yourself up to the opportunity. Put both of your hands on your chest, on your heart, and really internalize that God could give you every single thing that you need. You don't need to compromise. You don't need to settle. But but He can give you everything that you deserve. Now, knowing this and taking this in, take some slow, deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers and your toes. If your eyes were closed, you can open them. And if your gaze was lowered, you can raise them. I wish you a Purim filled with openness and possibility. And just remember, God can give you everything. You just need to be open and ready. Have a wonderful Purim. Thank you for joining another mindful moment.